20 things that clean every metal in your house. Start with silver. The tarnish is oxidation, not dirt, so scrubbing it never worked. This one is a foam, so it travels into filigree and engraving where a cloth cannot reach, and dissolves the tarnish in one step. It leaves a coating behind that slows down the next one. For a drawer full of flatware, there is a faster way. This is a dip. The piece goes in tarnished and comes out bright, with no rubbing at all, which matters when it is 40 forks and not one teapot. The pieces you actually wear need a cloth, not a bottle. 2 layers. The inner one lifts the dirt and lays down an anti-tarnish shield. The outer one buffs it back to a shine. 14 inches square, so you are not working through a scrap. Gold does not tarnish the way silver does. It goes dull from lotion and soap. These are wipes, so they clean, restore, and protect in one pass with nothing to rinse. You can do the whole jewelry box standing at the sink. For the fine pieces, a soak. The tray drops into the bottle, the brush is included, and 30 minutes is the maximum on gold, platinum, and titanium. Soap and hairspray settle into the settings, and that is what kills the sparkle. A brush cannot get inside a setting. Nothing with bristles can. This concentrate goes in an ultrasonic machine and lifts oil and buildup out of the crevices you cannot see. Gold, silver, diamond, and it does your eyeglasses too. And this is the machine that solution goes in. 48 kilohertz, a stainless tank, and it runs on plain water, so there is no chemical you have to keep rebuying. Half a kilo, so it lives in a drawer instead of on the counter. Brass and copper go brown because they are oxidizing, not because they are dirty. This cuts the tarnish back to a mirror finish and leaves a protective barrier on the surface. Safe on unlacquered brass, copper, chrome, and sterling, so one bottle covers the shelf. And the small pieces you carry, the ring and the chain, want a cloth. These come individually wrapped, so the one in your bag has not dried out or picked up grit. One lives in the drawer, one lives in the bag, and neither has dried out. Oxidized aluminium and chrome used to mean abrasives and a lot of regret. This one breaks the oxidation down chemically instead of sanding it off by hand or on a polisher. Wheels, engine bay, trim, no residue and no smell. Stainless cookware. This one is a powder, not a spray. Burnt on food and heat stain come off clad pans without the scouring that leaves swirl marks. And those swirl marks never come back out once they are in. For the big stainless, a paste. The stovetop, the oven interior, the range hood, and the sink. Non-abrasive, so it takes grease and burnt film off without cutting the finish. One tub covers every steel surface in the kitchen. And the honest answer for baked on, which is steel wool. 12 of them, wound tight enough that they do not shed or rust apart in the sink like the cheap ones. 2.5 inches, which is the size a hand actually wants. Cast iron does not want a chemical. It wants abrasion. This block takes the rust down to bare iron so you can re-season the pan properly. It works on knives, tools, and grill grates as well as cookware. Real rust needs a gel because a liquid runs straight off anything vertical. This clings to iron and steel and dissolves light to medium rust in 10 to 30 minutes, then rinses off. No scrubbing, and what is underneath is ready to paint. There is also a bath for when it is a whole set and not one piece. The silver goes in tarnished, sits, and the tarnish leaves it in the liquid rather than on a cloth. You are washing it, not polishing every surface by hand. Those orange specks in your paint are iron, not dirt, and washing will not move them. This turns purple as it breaks the iron down so you can watch it working, and it is acid-free. Under a minute on a cool surface, then rinse. Same job by the gallon, and this one bleeds red instead of purple. pH neutral and safe on clear coat, single-stage paint and wheels so it lifts the iron without taking the finish with it. Worth the gallon if there is more than one car in the driveway. Grill grates without the wire. There are no bristles on this at all, so there is nothing to break off and end up in the food. 18 inches, and the helix flexes enough to reach the sides of the grate, not just the tops. Last one, and it is the one that stops you doing all of this again. Carnauba and beeswax on the faucet, so fingerprints, hairspray, and hard water film sit on the wax instead of the metal. You wipe the wax, not the fixture. Every link is in the description, and all of them are on Mr.AddtoCart.com. subscribe, and the next one finds you.